I'm pleased to share some thoughts on this pertinent subject of designing the future of work for human flourishing. The RSA, of which I'm a fellow, has undertaken research in recent years about the good work for all. The principles of well-being, growth, and freedom are highlighted as important. For humans to flourish at work, well-being must be a priority. A longitudinal global study published and reported in The Guardian in April this year placed the UK 20th out of 22 countries. Factors included happiness, health, financial security, psychological safety. My interest in this is energized by an innate confidence that if human flourishing is essential, humans will find a way to flourish. At a time when it is unclear how humans can flourish at work, when technology seems threatening to their job security and means of livelihood, the question has got to be how, not whether humans can flourish at work in the future. While some may glibly say new jobs would be created as Gen AI and robotics rules expand and willing minds will learn, my assertion is that many already disadvantaged workers risk falling out of employment and into a growing underclass of poverty and disenchantment. Intentionality is required if there will be work for human flourishing. For example, working on a project in collaboration with AI on a robot which improves organic human farm production, food production, in an environment of environmental safety, psychological safety, health, and freedom is likely to support human flourishing more than one that doesn't, one that promotes profit at the expense of everything, important as profit may be. One might wonder, how come all productive minds are not all aligned in a mission to create work which leads to flourishing for humans? Well, my recent CPD training in personality assessments illuminates our diversity in persona, preferences, motivations, strengths, and foibles. While some are focused on imagining future possibilities, others want to address present issues. Self-awareness and respect for individuals who are different can enable a meeting of minds on how to envision together work to promote human flourishing, even ensure human flourishing. Research and innovation at the Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh is showing the value of human-centered technology. Their innovations are achieving human-AI collaboration between artists and inventors, exercising their humanity in work to get out of creative ruts, access a broader range of options for choices that they might have to make, and draw on both human judgment and creativity, alongside Gen AI speed and access to data, taking turns to lead the dance, as Professor Nikki Keter describes. Designing work processes to ensure and enhance and nurture the strength in itself is also likely to promote human flourishing. Who will design the future of work for humans, for independents like us, for corporates and other organizations? Leaders. I suggest 3 principles to bear in mind for designing work for human flourishing. Work ethic. That work is good in itself and valuable to the worker, to the employer, to community and society, however you define it. That the true value of work to the worker comes from engaging in their humanity. Provide for their basic needs. To be sustainable for humanity, the future of work as technology advances must first envision how humans can remain in work, developing and nurtured. Whilst the romantic view is of an impending Gen AI robotics takeover of life and work, this is a zero-sum view of reality. In fact, human adoption of technology is relatively slow, even if it seems to be speedily ramping up. Various interests may promote the idea of an unstoppable march of technology for profit power, or ideological reasons. The majority of humans, employers and independent operators alike, must be intentional in the integration of humans and these powerful technologies into work. Losing sight of the need for human flourishing and work will ultimately prove to be a false economy. Current rising unemployment levels across the globe may herald the consequences of putting humans second. There are enough examples of Gen AI being integrated into human flourishing at work for us to say we know not how. Aria, Amuse, Biospark, Inspire are but a few examples. What do you think? How are you integrating technology into your work, into the work of your team? What will you now do, leader? Join the discussion with your comments.